Fireworks light the sky over the desert city of Beersheba as Israel celebrates its independence. Thousands of immigrants joined the festivities, among them the Javier Montenegro family, who arrived from Argentina in 2003.
The first thing we saw was a great number of Hispanics. We found some 15,000 Hispanics coming from the nations. The majority were Argentinian because of the crisis in Argentina.
For some Bible scholars, the arrival of Hispanics in the Negev desert is the fulfillment of a prediction by the prophet Obadiah.
Obadiah 20, the prophecy that the Jews of Sephardim of Spain returning to the city of the Negev, and Beersheba is the capital of the Negev, of the desert. Our forefathers passed through Spain to Latin America and were returning in the purpose of God.
Yet the purpose of God for the Montenegro family was not that clear.
We were led to a deep search for God. Many times I went to the desert to pray, to seek the Lord.
Montenegro is a Christian whose mother was Jewish. He believed God wanted him to start a church, but Beersheba's spiritual climate was very cold.
People didn't want to hear about the Lord, about Jesus, Yeshua, so we felt like the only ones in the city who thought differently.
They invited people one by one and started a small congregation. But another challenge soon reared its head: persecution.
The religious Orthodox, they think that they are like the spiritual police of the country.
Ultra-Orthodox Jews actually attacked a Messianic congregation in Beersheba in 2005. There have been threatening phone calls and more.
In our neighborhood, the Orthodox rang the doorbells of all our neighbors and told them we were unwelcome people, that we were missionaries and we could change the way people think, that we were dangerous to the children.
In spite of opposition, the Hispanic congregation began to grow. Today, the Negev Bible Center is a community of some 80 people. But many of those gathered here have thought of returning to their homeland. Life is expensive in Israel, and the work available to Hispanics, cleaning offices and buildings, pays very little.
So husband and wife both have to work many hours just to survive, and it's not enough. So they can't have a car. There are a lot of limitations. So we help with food. We try to help our brothers, but there's not enough, and there's so much need.
Life in Beersheba is not only hard, it can be dangerous. There's the threat of war and Palestinian missiles.
We're 25 miles from Gaza. We've started to receive missiles in the city. Every war that we've had has helped the Hispanics to turn to God.
The congregation has plans to buy their own bunker for 500 people. When the warning siren goes off, residents only have a minute to find shelter.
So we need a place of refuge, because the time of war is when we most want to be together as a family of the Lord, praying, worshiping the Lord.
But when Montenegro thinks of the rest of Beersheba's population, he's moved by their spiritual need.
A lot of people go to the synagogue festivals just out of tradition, but there are a lot of secular people who turn a deaf ear. There are a lot of atheists, a lot of Masons. In the newspapers you can see horoscopes and palm readers, witches.
Although this congregation is small, it offers an answer to the confusion and spiritual apathy of Beersheba, calling its people to return to the God of the patriarchs, Abraham and Isaac, who centuries ago found life-giving water here in the desert.
We love this land. We've sold our house in Argentina. We've bought a house in Israel. And we want to give our lives. We want to serve the Lord all the days the Lord gives us here.
Stan Jeter, CBN News.